Hi, I'm Steve Uriagas. This song, American Pie, it's been analyzed so many times. I mean, over and over and over, over and over and over and over. People have talked about it, that I almost didn't touch it. And then I remembered that's exactly why I should. I didn't realize it at the time, but now it feels like I painted it as part memory, part nostalgia, broken, layered, and reassembled. But what fascinates me about this song is how it pretends to be simple while carrying enormous weight. It's a sing-along that sneaks history into your bloodstream. That idea, that sort of comfort hiding complexity, it was something I was actively wrestling with in my work at the time. But the song was 1971, captured through the lens of 1959. There I was, decades later, trying to slice through both. To understand this little painting, we have to understand the why. The song was recorded in 1971, but its heart is buried in February 3rd, 1959, the day that small beechcraft bonanza went down in Clear Lake, Iowa. Everybody knows the story, and a lot of us have seen the great movies, like the Buddy Holly story with Gary Busey, and La Bamba, Lou Diamond Phillips. Man, they don't make movies like that anymore, do they? They should.
Stevie! Lemmy! Ozzy!
Those movies capture such a frantic and nervous energy of the time of early rock and roll. That's the energy I wanted to trap underneath my palette knife. And at what a pivotal time. Before that, rock and roll wasn't even around that long, and it was already on life support. Elvis had been drafted into the army, Little Richard had turned to the ministry, and Jerry Lee Lewis, well,
Ow!
and no one had even heard of the Beatles yet. It was the perfect time. The top brass attempted to swoop in and remediate the industry. They didn't want dangerous rock stars anymore.
Here is my love.
Wait a minute.
They wanted safe boys.
They want Prince Charming, somebody cute and safe. Okay?
Enter the era of the preppy idols. Fabian, Frankie Avalon, Bobby Rydell, etc. Carefully engineered, market-ready heartthrobs. The kind of rebels that asked permission first. Clean-cut guys your mom wouldn't mind you dating. It was the sanitation of the rebellion. Yuck. When Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper, and Roger Peterson, by the way, the pilot, nobody ever mentions him. Hey, yo, Roger!
Hey, Raj.
Yo, Raj.
But yeah, this guy Roger Peterson was only 21 at the time. Anyway, when they all died, it felt like the raw soul of the music died with them. Hence, the day the music died. But remember, it was only 1959, early rock and roll. We hadn't even seen nothing yet. Now look at the original American Pie album cover. It's iconic. Shot by photographer George Whiteman. It's a tight, moody shot of Don McLean giving a red, white, and blue thumbs up to the foreground. His head dwarfed in the background, looking like he's mourning the very lyrics that he's singing. I decided to spoof it. I kept the composition almost identical, but I replaced Don's face with Buddy Holly's face. It was a great experience painting Buddy's thick-rimmed glasses using only straight edges. The shapes are not round to begin with, but I stuck to the process and let the viewer's brain do the heavy lifting. By putting Buddy's face on Don's hand, I was creating a visual loop, the ghost inhabiting the man that wrote the ghost story. There's also some humor in this piece.
Not funny, haha.
But funny, ironic. It's a bit of a gotcha moment when you realize it's not the guy from 1971 staring back at you, but it's the guy from 1959 that never got to grow old. At the time I created this little painting, I was just solidifying what I now call angular expressionism. I ditched the brushes altogether, and I was working exclusively with palette knives. I wanted every mark to be a decision. No curves, no soft landings, just straight edges. This painting almost asks you to assemble its meaning instead of just receiving it. You'll notice the angular language here becoming more assertive, less decorative, more declarative. I was realizing that clarity doesn't come from smoothing things out. It comes from deciding where to draw the line. Literally. I was obsessed with the idea that memory isn't a soft focus photograph. It's geometry after it's been dropped on the floor. If you look at the canvas, you can see me fighting the urge to round off a knuckle or a chin. I was teaching my hands to speak in shards, to communicate with angles. The painting sits just before everything clicked for me. The rules for angular expressionism were being written in real time on this canvas. The hesitation was disappearing. I didn't know what I would call the style yet, but I knew I'd crossed a line I wasn't interested in stepping back over. Like the song, the painting feels familiar at first glance, but if you look closely, it's a little unsettling. The straight edges won't let the nostalgia get too comfortable. And that's intentional. We're not looking at the past, but we are looking at the pieces that we have left of it. That's a deep dive into the pie, huh? It's been a long time since I looked at this piece. And it's wild to see the DNA of my current style screaming out from those early palette knife strokes.